The family of murder victim Lacey Peterson is part of a major pushback against the state of California over a new parole board policy they say could open the door to releasing violent murderers and even serial killers back onto the streets. This new policy creates an administrative process allowing prisoners to seek sentence recalls or formally request their sentence be commuted. And that includes inmates sentenced to life in prison without parole, like Lacey's killer, her husband, Scott Peterson, as well as the so-called San Francisco witch killers, serial killers, Michael Bear Carson and Susan Carson. So I'd like to welcome in former Sacramento District Attorney Anne-Marie Schubert, who filed this lawsuit, and Sacramento County Sheriff Jim Cooper. Thank you both for giving us some of your time today. Anne-Marie, I'd like to start with you. So this policy is set to go into effect around the middle of next year. It does require inmates to have served at least 25 years of continuous incarceration to even qualify for evaluation, which would not be a guarantee. So talk about why you object to what the state has approved.
Because life without parole is supposed to mean life without parole. I mean, we have laws on the books that were passed by the voters many years ago saying that's exactly what that's supposed to be. But now we have a parole board that's run away with administrative regulations, not laws. There's been no vote of our legislature and there's been no vote of the people, but we've got a bureaucratic power grab here to let the worst of the worst out of prison, potentially.
All right, Sheriff Cooper, I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this policy?
It's horrible. David Allen Funston, convicted and given 3 life terms, molested 7 girls and 1 boy. Horrific individual back in the 90s. He's eligible for parole now. Victims were given finality years ago on that case, and now it's come up again.
All right, so Anne-Marie, individuals, according to the policy, individuals sentenced to death, registered sex offenders, and specific violent categories would be excluded. And then the final decision would rest solely with the judiciary or with the governor. So parole review is traditionally already difficult. But what is your potential worst case scenario here, and what are the victims' families telling you?
Well, the worst case scenario is putting victims through this process when they have been promised finality, as the sheriff mentions. Life without parole is supposed to mean life without parole. These families, particularly, like Lacey Peterson's family, was promised you'd never have to go through this. We have cases now where people are now going through years and years of hearings. Again, this was not a decision made by our legislature. This was a decision made by a politically appointed parole board by our governor here in California, that they think it's a good idea to allow thousands of inmates who should never be released an opportunity to have multiple hearings to potentially get out of prison. I mean, these are the worst of the worst. And when we talk about the exclusion of death penalty and sex offenders, I guarantee you that that population of people will sue to try to be part of this whole administrative process.
And Sheriff Cooper, over to you. If you could speak directly to members of the Parole Hearings Board, what would you say?
Well, number one, I read the report with the 7 girls and 1 boy, a 3-year-old from 3 to 12 years old, talking about what that man did to her. The parole board read the same report, and then they interviewed him. He stated he still fantasizes about molesting kids, and he masturbates. His coping mechanism is telling himself, no, 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 stop, stop, stop. That doesn't work. And that's just so ironic. How can that board read those reports and still come to the same conclusion that he's okay to release?
Well, so it does, registered sex offenders would be excluded. Is your fear that they would somehow be included in this new policy?
Yes, 100%.
So Anne-Marie, what happens next year?
Well, we filed a lawsuit last month, and we anticipate starting going to court hopefully in the next couple months. But, this is a lot of stress and anxiety for thousands of families across California that, thought that they could, start their lives over again when the life without parole process, the judgment came in. But now they all have this element of anxiety and fear that they will have to, open up those wounds and try to keep their family member's killer in prison where they should remain, I should say.
Well, former Sacramento District Attorney Anne-Marie Schubert, Sacramento County Sheriff Jim Cooper, my thanks to you both. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.